Ever wondered how to survive in Australia as a foreigner? Welcome to the journey of a lifetime, where we'll explore the ins and outs of thriving in the land down under. We'll delve into understanding the unique Australian culture, navigating its vast and diverse landscape, and providing essential safety tips. Not to mention, we'll also tackle the often daunting task of dealing with the local wildlife. So strap in and prepare for an adventure. So let's dive into the land down under and learn how to thrive, not just survive. Australia is a unique blend of cultures and understanding. This is the first step to feeling at home. This land down under is a melting pot of traditions where the ancient and the contemporary dance together in a harmonious waltz. At the heart of this culture, you'll find a profound respect for the Aboriginal heritage, a legacy that predates modern Australia by tens of thousands of years. Embracing this respect and integrating it into your interactions will help you connect with locals on a deeper level. Now let's talk about Australians' passion for sports. Whether it's rugby, cricket, or Australian rules football, sport is more than just a pastime here. It's a glue that binds people together, a common language spoken across the vast landscapes. So, if you want to strike up a conversation with an Aussie, brushing up on your sports trivia might just be your ticket in. And speaking of language, Australian English is a colorful tapestry of phrases and idioms, affectionately known as Aussie slang. From g'day mate to fair dinkum, these terms are more than just words. They're a window into the Australian spirit. Don't be disheartened if you don't understand them at first. Over time, you'll start to pick them up and they'll become a part of your everyday vocabulary. Lastly, let's touch on the Australian lifestyle. Known for their laid-back attitude, Australians have mastered the art of work-life balance. They value their leisure time, whether it's spent at a beach, a barbie, that's Aussie for barbecue, or just enjoying a quiet afternoon in the backyard. This relaxed pace of life is infectious, and before you know it, you'll find yourself slowing down and taking the time to enjoy the simple pleasures. So there you have it. A quick glimpse into the vibrant and diverse Australian culture. It's a world waiting to be explored, full of surprises and interesting experiences around every corner. And as you navigate your way through it, remember this golden rule. When in Australia, do as the Aussies do. Australia is vast and varied. Knowing how to get around is crucial. So let's dive into the nitty-gritty of navigating the Australian landscape, whether you're in the heart of a bustling city or the serene outback. First things first, public transportation. Australia's cities are well serviced by a network of buses, trams, and trains. Sydney and Melbourne, for instance, are renowned for their extensive tram systems. These public options are reliable, efficient, and can often be the most economical choice for getting around. Don't forget to grab a travel card, such as Sydney's Opal or Melbourne's Mikey, for easy tapping on and off. If you're more of a pedal pusher, Australian cities are becoming increasingly bike-friendly. Dedicated bike lanes, crisscross urban landscapes, and bike-sharing programs are becoming more prevalent. Plus, it's a great way to take in the sights while staying active. Now, if you fancy a bit of freedom and plan to explore beyond city limits, renting a car could be your best bet. But remember, Australians drive on the left side of the road. It might take a bit of adjusting if you're used to right-hand driving, but with a bit of practice, you'll be cruising along just fine. Speed limits are strictly enforced, and seat belts are a must for all passengers. Australia's rural and outback areas present their own unique challenges. Distances between towns can be vast, so always ensure your vehicle is in good condition and you have enough fuel for the journey. And let's not forget about the wildlife. Kangaroos, wombats, and emus are known to wander onto roads, especially at dawn and dusk, so keep an eye out. Navigating Australia's cities requires a different approach. Much like any other global city, it's all about understanding the layout. Most cities have a grid-like structure, with streets running parallel and perpendicular to each other. It's as simple as knowing your north from your south and your east from your west. But don't worry if you get lost. Australians are famously friendly and more than willing to point you in the right direction. And finally, there's the great Australian outback. It's vast, it's beautiful, and it can be incredibly remote. If you're venturing into the wilderness, always let someone know where you're going and when you expect to return. Carry plenty of water, a detailed map, and a reliable compass or GPS. The outback is not a place to rely on mobile phone signal. With the right knowledge, you'll be navigating Australia like a local in no time. Whether by foot, bike, car, or tram, this diverse and captivating land is ready and waiting for you to explore. So buckle up, set the GPS, and prepare for the adventure of a lifetime. Staying safe in Australia goes beyond applying sunscreen. First things first, let's talk about the beaches. Australia is known for its stunning coastlines, but don't let the allure of the azure waters fool you into complacency. It's important to always swim between the red and yellow flags. These flags indicate that the area is patrolled by lifeguards, who are trained to spot riptides and other potential dangers. If you're a strong swimmer, you might be tempted to explore beyond these designated areas, but resist the urge. Riptides can catch even the most experienced swimmers off guard. Next, let's discuss the national parks. Australia's national parks are a hiker's paradise, teeming with unique flora and fauna. But remember, in the wilderness, preparation is key. Always check the weather forecast before setting off on a hike. Dress appropriately, bring plenty of water, and pack a map and compass, even if you plan on using GPS. It's also a good idea to let someone know where you're going and when you expect to return. And of course, stay on the marked trails to minimize your impact on the environment and to avoid getting lost. Now, onto the weather. Australia's weather can be extreme, and it's not uncommon for the country to experience bushfires, cyclones, and heat waves. If you're visiting during the bushfire season, stay informed about the current fire danger ratings and be prepared to change your plans if necessary. If a cyclone is forecasted, follow the advice of local authorities, which may include evacuating to a safer area. And during a heat wave, stay hydrated, limit your physical activity, and seek shade whenever possible. It's also worth mentioning that Australia has a high UV index. This means that the sun's rays are particularly strong and can cause sunburn in a matter of minutes. So, even on cloudy days, don't forget to apply a broad-spectrum sunscreen with a high SPF, wear sunglasses, and cover up with clothing and a wide-brimmed hat. Lastly, while Australia is generally a safe country, it's always a good idea to take basic precautions to protect yourself and your belongings. Keep an eye on your personal belongings at all times, be aware of your surroundings, and avoid walking alone at night in unfamiliar areas. So there you have it. By being aware of the potential risks and taking appropriate precautions, you can ensure that your Australian adventure is not only memorable, but also safe. After all, as the saying goes, safety first, adventure second. Australia is home to some of the world's most unique wildlife. Here's how to coexist peacefully. Australia's landscapes are teeming with a rich variety of creatures that are as diverse as the country itself. However, some of these animals can pose a risk if not treated with respect and caution. Let's dive into some tips on how to appreciate Australia's wildlife responsibly while avoiding dangerous encounters. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, or rather, the snake in the bush. Australia is famous for its serpents, with a few of them ranking among the most venomous in the world. But don't panic. The majority of snake bites occur when people attempt to capture or kill them. So the best advice? If you encounter a snake, give it a wide berth and let it go about its business. And speaking of venomous creatures, let's talk spiders. Australia's reputation for housing large venomous spiders is well-founded. But again, most bites occur when humans try to intervene. A simple rule of thumb: don't put your hands where you can't see them, like in dark crevices or under rocks. And always check your shoes before putting them on. Now onto the water-dwelling locals. Australia has a vibrant marine life, but it also hosts some potentially dangerous species. If you're hitting the beach or diving into the Great Barrier Reef, be mindful of jellyfish, especially during stinger season, which runs from November to May. Wearing a stinger suit can offer protection, and remember, always swim between the flags at patrolled beaches. Then there's the iconic saltwater crocodile. These creatures are not to be trifuriously furiously with, and it's crucial to heed all warning signs when in crocodile territory. Avoid swimming in rivers, estuaries, and where the sea meets the river. Stick to designated swimming areas and always keep a safe distance from these powerful predators. But it's not all about caution. Australia's wildlife is also something to be cherished and protected. If you're lucky enough to spot a kangaroo, a koala, or any of Australia's other unique animals, remember to observe from a distance. Never feed wild animals, as it can harm their health and alter their natural behaviors. And always respect their habitats by sticking to paths and leaving no trace behind. Lastly, if you're venturing out into the wilderness, it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with the local fauna. Knowledge is power, and the more you know about Australia's wildlife, the better prepared you'll be to interact with it safely and respectfully. With these tips, you'll be ready to enjoy Australia's wildlife without any unwanted surprises. So get out there and embrace the opportunity to witness some of the most unique wildlife on the planet, all while ensuring your safety and theirs. Let's talk about the everyday essentials. First off, let's tackle one of the most critical aspects of living abroad: healthcare. Australia boasts a robust healthcare system that includes both public and private sectors. The public system, known as Medicare, offers free or subsidized treatment by health professionals. As a foreigner, you might be eligible for Medicare if your home country has a reciprocal healthcare agreement with Australia. If not, you might want to consider getting private health insurance. Finding the right accommodation is another key factor in feeling at home in a new country. Australia offers a wide range of options, from city apartments to suburban houses, and even beachfront properties. When choosing a place to live, consider factors such as proximity to work or school, access to public transport, and the cost of living in the area. Websites like domain and realestate.com.au can be useful resources in your search. Let's move on to the basics. Food. Australians love their fresh produce, and you'll find an abundance of local fruits, vegetables, and meats at supermarkets like Woolworths and Coles. If you're after a more authentic experience, why not visit a farmer's market? There, you'll not only find fresh food, but also get a chance to interact with locals and learn more about Australian cuisine. Finally, staying connected is vital, especially when you're far from home. Australia has several major telecommunication providers such as Telstra, Optus, and Vodafone. They offer a range of plans to suit different needs, from pay-as-you-go options for those who don't use their phone much, to unlimited data plans for the internet savvy. And remember, public places like libraries, cafes, and even some buses and trains offer free Wi-Fi, so you'll rarely be without a connection. And there you have it. By understanding the healthcare system, finding the right accommodation, shopping for groceries like a local, and staying connected, you're well on your way to settling into your new life down under. With these everyday living tips, you'll feel right at home in Australia. Surviving in Australia as a foreigner is a thrilling adventure. We've journeyed together through understanding the heart of Australian culture, the essence of mateship, the love for sports, and the value of a good barbie. We've navigated the diverse Australian landscape, from its bustling cities to its serene outback, learning about safety measures every step of the way. We've gained knowledge about Australia's unique wildlife, learning to respect and coexist with them. And finally, we've covered practical everyday living tips that will make your stay smoother, from mastering the Aussie slang to understanding the weather patterns. Australia, with its stunning landscapes, vibrant culture, and friendly locales, is a land that beckons the adventurous spirit. It's a place where you can not only survive but thrive as a foreigner. If you've enjoyed this virtual tour of Australia and are intrigued enough to consider it for your next adventure, why not give this video a thumbs up? Your likes are the compass that guides us in creating content that you love. And if you're already a part of our travel-loving community, thank you. You are the wind beneath our wings. If you're new here and you found value in this video, consider joining the family. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to ensure you never miss out on a new destination.